Hey everybody, my name is Old School Nerd. Welcome in. It is Monday, and I think we should start our week off correctly. And that means we're going to go straight into it. It's Napalm Records Monday, and if you missed it last week, let's check it out today. Infected Rain. Are you ready? Doesn't matter if you're ready. We're doing it anyway. Check us out on OldSkuleNerd.com. It's got all of our social media posts, the Patreon link for those who want to support the channel, and the merchandise store. We appreciate all of you on Patreon. We have some new outtakes and some bloopers and new videos coming up there all the time there before they come out here on YouTube. So, okay, let's get into this. Infected Rain came out with a song last week called The Longing. And I wanted to do this one so bad. However, the day it came out, there were a few other bands that put out stuff that had to be done. So, luckily for us, every Monday is Napalm Day, so we can do it today. Really excited about this song. I'm excited about Infected Rain. I remember when I first started doing reactions, my first reaction I ever did to a new band I had never heard of was Ginger. And I was blown away, like a lot of people are, when they don't realize if you've been away from metal as long as I was, and you come back and everyone's like, here's Ginger, and you react to Ginger, and you're like, I didn't know metal had women singing in it. That's how long I've been out of it. Okay. When I was a kid and I was into metal music, the only woman who sang metal music was Lita Ford. And she was out there as a gimmick most of the time, even though, by the way, she's legit. She's a legit guitarist. She's amazing, but she was like a novelty and it sucked. But now, after seeing Ginger, Unleash the Archers, Battle Beast, Amaranth, Ad Infinitum, you've got Nightwish, name the band, Ventersea out of Oregon, right? And now Infected Rain, you've got all these all-female bands in Japan ripping it apart. Bandmade, right? Love Bites, you name it, they're there. And they're all over the world. And so now there are no barriers. Because of the way social media and YouTube has taken over music, it's no longer just what a label says you can. And we're really fortunate now where labels like Napalm and a few other labels, and I showcase those labels here on my channel because there are no more barriers. It doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter who you are, what gender you are, what color you are. All you got to do is have an art, have a message, be loud, aggressive, talented, musically masterful, and you're there. And that's the beautiful thing about now. So speaking about beautiful things, this band is scary, but what they do is outstanding. Let's check this out. The name of the song is The Longing. My name is Old School Nerd. I think we've waited long enough. A build up. Oh. Okay, one of my favorite things about Infected Rain is there is only one thing more impressive than the way they do their hooks and their musical arrangements. Because it is so aggressive. It is very similar to Ginger, but they're a different style. Infected Rain is their own style. Ginger has that swing reggae groove style. Infected Rain has this, it's like a deathcore, or not deathcore, metalcore, where you know it's not just going to be straightforward. There's going to be a dynamic to it. It's going to shift up. The tone, the arrangement, and the composition can switch to tell the story in a more dynamic way. I think the only thing more intimidating or impressive and in your face than the way they do their music is Miss Scissorhands' style. Oh no, I'm not calling her by her first name. Have you seen The Fighter? She'll whip your ass. You speak to her with respect, young man. I'm not kidding. Oop.
Recognizing the ultimate homage, weaponizing, moving heaven on earth, recognizing the ultimate homage, weaponizing, agonizing, weaponizing, agonizing, weaponizing. Who are you? Constantly trying to find you from the future. Or you from the past? Who are you constantly trying to fight? Can't you see it's right here in the light? Looking for something you never had, something you pictured in your head. Looking for something you never had, something you pictured in your head, in your head, in your head. Wondering doesn't mean breaking, it means opening your chest and breathing. A picture in black and white, perfectly designed. A story in which you always decide. Proving times and times again.
Okay, listening to this song, and I will back it up a little bit. I don't mean to interrupt the song. I know you guys want me to let it play, but I just want to, the whole reason why I'm doing this reaction is to share what I'm thinking and feeling when this is going on. It just feels that when you listen to a song like this, she goes from that melodic tone into the growl tone and that screech tone where you're like, okay, it's almost like you're in an MMA fight with her. You're in the cage. All of a sudden, she's beating your ass. Then they have the round ends. You get a little bit of reprieve. She sings softly. You get rehabilitated. You get kind of recuperated. And then the assault begin. It begins all over again. And you're like, crap, here we go. I'm going to get killed. I remember you have so many bands during that metalcore phase where you had bands where you had one guy who was the growler, one guy who was the melodic tone, and they go back and forth, like I Prevail and a few other bands, which I love. One of the interesting things about a lot of these female singers, like a Tatiana, like a Miss Scissorhands. Yes, again, I'm not using her first name. I know what it is. We're not using it. I don't want to offend that. They can do both seamlessly, quickly. And the only thing that I notice is that when you have a female artist who goes into a soft tone, because it is that feminine voice a lot of times in that higher range, it's more of a contrast to the growl. If it's a male singer and he goes into from growl to a standard melodic tone, you're like, you can still hear the same voice. For a lot of the female singers, because it's such a different change, you're like, it really changes the feel of a song, not just the tone of the vocal. Does that make sense? So anytime you listen to Ad Infinitum, right? Ad Infinitum comes out, Melissa Bonney comes through a lot of her songs soft, ethereal, storytelling, a very epic, song style, very clear tone, very sultry tone. So when she goes into her growl, she doesn't do it as often as a lot of these other singers, but when she does it, it's for a purpose, and it makes you step up and go, oh yes, this is something I need to pay attention to because it's unique. When you're dealing with Infected Rain or with Ginger, it's in the reverse. You expect Tatiana, you expect Miss Scissorhands to go in and do what they do, and you're like, and then when they go melodic, you're like, wow. Now, granted, Ginger's album Wallflowers, their new album, has a lot of the melodic tones from Tatiana. It's very groovy and jazzy with a lot of, that blues feel, that jazz feel. Infected Rain is still very aggressive. And because of their style, she's able to bounce in and out in kind of a balance. She'll lure you in, touch you here, and then punch you right in the face vocally. And it makes you step up. Another thing is the band works perfectly with her vocal styling. They can be as loud and dynamic and aggressive, but yet they can be ethereal because they're musically proficient. That's the difference between some bands who are trying to be big and the bands who've arrived, because they get that idea that everyone has to work in concert together. There can't be any weak links because they get exposed when you change tempos, change melodic tones, change arrangements. If someone's lacking, it shows up. Bands like Infected Rain and Gingers, bands like Ventersea and Torrential Rain, and whether it be an independent band or one of these big major metal label bands, either way, bands that have a good grasp of working together as a team to make sure it stays cohesive to where the storytelling doesn't drip away no matter how fast or hard you're going, that's the key. That's why I react to this stuff. I love it. And with that, no more talking. Finish it out. The storytelling is amazing in this video. Pretty awesome. Wow. All right, that's Infected Rain. Okay. If you guys remember my reaction to, I'm just gonna find a decent picture to stop on here. Just give me a second. But as we're talking about it, if you remember in the video for The Fighter, okay, when everything started out, it was very melodic, and there we go, perfect. It was very interesting the way The Fighter came out, where, okay, Miss Scissorhands comes into the gym and she's in a dress, high heels, her hair is done up perfectly, her makeup is perfect, she looks glamorous, she looks beautiful, she looks like the female stereotype of what society says women are supposed to be, right? What makes a woman beautiful? Okay, she walks into the gym under that stereotype. Then, by the way, she owned that, and then comes into the gym, strips away all of it, gets into her fighting gear, steps into the cage at the end. I mean, steps into a perfect stance in her shoulders and feet. Her hands are up, and you're like, she ain't faking that. Like that's trained. That's learned. She's legit. And you realize in the same thing, it's still her same eyes. It's still her same face. So in the song Fighter, you're like, okay, whether it be the stereotype of what society says a woman should be to be beautiful, to her at the end where she's just a warrior, you're still seeing it beautiful in both times. In this video, there are no transitions. She comes in. I'm not exactly sure how I could describe this look. With the lightning bolts above her eyes, the way the makeup is set up to where she's almost like a ghost. She's in this forest area with these black, dark mannequin, faceless creatures, faceless people. The white leather harness with the fringe does kind of throw me off a little bit, because when I first saw it, I was like, she borrowed that from Flori Jansen on one of the Finland musical festivals or something. But it did work because it's almost like she's a spirit, but she's still in the physical realm. There is no limit to the creativity in this band, and a lot of it does come from her. But man, musically, the whole band is lockstep together. I mean, they are really, really good. There's a lot of bands that are like this. And they are a full band, so there's no touring members or having to go in and do samples. I'm sure live they are incredible. So that's Infected Rain. The name of the song is Longing. Another total banger from this amazing band. Wow. All right, Napalm Records Monday, starting it off strong. Next video coming up is something not as strong. Why? Because I'm an idiot. Want to see how much? Blooper reel coming out today. We'll see you guys later.